10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0.
This is the future. Evolution.
The Crossing Realms Conference launches September 19th and 20th and will dock in Richmond, Missouri. This is already being called the event of the year, folks. With an unprecedented list of speakers and special guests, 2 days of cryptids, UFOs, and paranormal presentations, along with a celebrity-filled ghost hunt, meet and greet, gallery reading, vendors, and a film screening. This promises to be both educational and fun. Go to eventbrite.com to secure your tickets and vendor slots before they are all abducted. They're going fast.
There. The promo is done. We don't have to talk about it.
Right. You know what? I mean, I enjoy watching this show every week. I never know what intro we're going to get.
Well, that's why I have like 5
I think I
of
like
them.
the ever-changing intro.
Yeah. Yeah.
I
Never
do.
can
I
tell.
like the ever-changing intro. It's great.
It
You know,
could
and
be
I'm
worse,
just-
you know. It could be me up there just going. I didn't quite put them up, but you know, yeah.
Well, I was sitting here debating because, again, we're just winging it, and we know what happens when we wing it.
Yeah.
There's going to be red circles, of course.
Oh, there's gonna be a couple.
There's
Maybe.
going to be a couple of red circles. So I could
Maybe.
decide if I was going to do like my unicorn kick, you know,
That's a good one.
or the Bigfoot kick. You know, I wasn't sure
Well,
which one.
have you've watched Family Guy before, right?
Yes.
Okay. So think about when they went to North Korea or went to Korea and he kicked off the train with the guy with the big boot. You go now and kicked him off. There you go.
You
do
go
that.
now.
Yeah.
Or we could do the Nessie Hacha. Hiya.
Yeah. It might need a Nessie hotshot on a couple of these because I went out and stuff that I'd been saving over at Facebook and several other places over the last several months or so. And I got a couple of them. I was like, let me play around and see what, because I was, like I said, I texted you this morning and said, I have not done a dang thing for this thing. And I literally have been adulting all week and I don't want to play no more. Okay.
I know.
Yeah. So we're going to wing it. And I got several of the ones I had saved out there. And I was like, all right, well, we got a good show, 15 or so pictures we can look at type thing. One of them is going to actually take us into actual science and archaeology realm a little bit. The very first one, because this is a place close to here and it's near and dear to my heart because I've been to it. I don't know how many times. And that has to do with dinosaur tracks. And there's something that was pointed out in this picture of the dinosaur tracks. And this was actually in one of the Dallas newspapers and magazines earlier this week is when I actually think it came to me. And I was like, I never even noticed this before. Let's look at this. And now we're going to look at it just to see.
Okay.
So what have we're not doing it yet. What have you been doing?
Just working and podcast, you know, and doing some planning for the conference and, you know, keeping up with all of that. You know, that's just a lot in itself, but you know, we're doing everything we can over here, make this a great experience.
The way that sounded, the way he did the promo up there, it really sounds, honestly, I don't know of many conferences that are out there that have done 2 days, much less one. That is packing what we're packing into it.
Well, it wasn't supposed to be like that.
No, it wasn't, but it just kind of took a life of its own.
Yeah, because I mean, we were talking. Okay, we're gonna have a conference. We figured a bit on the smaller side. Our first time out, we thought, hey, we'll just test the water, see what's happening.
Yeah, and
it exploded.
Yeah, I mean, to throw in the ghost, I think what got y'all going right off the bat, got everything going right off the bat, was the offer of the ghost hunt. The ghost hunt probably attracted more traffic to the site than anything.
Yeah, that is absolutely true. And Gary says the only thing y'all let me help with is spreading the word, and that's what we need. That's exactly what we need. Just keep spreading that word.
I have pom-poms ready to throw to you at any time, so you could cheerlead all over the place, because we know that's all the Okies are good for, you know. Yay, yay.
Maybe we can get him a tutu.
Don't tempt me. Don't tempt me. I will do it, and he will wear it, because he'd wear it just out of spite, just to be mean. So
he would. And he wouldn't even care if we took pictures. I mean, he just doesn't care.
He's the Oklahoma version of me. You could put me in anything. I don't care. Is it gonna help out? Let's go.
Right.
Okay, who all we got out there? I see Roger's out there. Hi, Roger. Got Freaky, of course. I said hi to everybody before. I like Ike, John, Gary, Freaky, Nemo. Hey, Nemo. That's all I'm seeing right now. There's Val. Hi, Val. And there was one other. I was looking over to the other side.
We got Roger, Rob, John,
Ristel.
Yeah. Yes.
Ooh,
Yes.
We got a crowd going.
Right.
Anyway,
we got the cheering section out there.
Well, yeah, I don't know if it's pretty much cheering, or they're just like, this dumbass. What's he doing out there?
Who is?
Yeah. All right. So I will start off with this one, though. I mean, this is, like I said, this was
did you get Moon in there? I'm sorry. Did you get Moon in there?
Sorry, Moon. And we'll probably have, I don't know if he's out there yet, but Jason, I know Jason Finch will be there sooner or later. So
yes,
you be ready to say hi to him. Cheering or jeering. Knowing you, Freaky, if you get Moon together, y'all are going to be jeering me by the time it's all said and done. I already know it's going to happen. Oh, wait a second. Whoa. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, let me explain something to you. Rob ain't skipping nothing.
Rob.
Rob ain't skipping nothing, okay? He can say all he wants. Rob ain't skipping nothing.
Not a thing.
Because we'll send Chris up there to corral him and drag him on down.
Yeah, I'm just, yeah.
Okay, well, anyway, so off we go into Freaky Land here. And this one isn't freaky. Like I said, this doesn't deserve any psycho babble or anything like that. But it's got a real difference to it. It's like this is a 1952 photograph of the excavation of dinosaur footprints in the Paluxy River right here around Glen Rose, Texas. Okay. And it captures a remarkable moment in paleontological history. Good Lord, that's a mouthful.
That is a mouthful.
And among the I barely made it. But among the well-preserved dinosaur tracks, which are typically associated with various species of theropods and sauropods in this area. And like I said, Dinosaur Valley State Park is less than 30 minutes, about 30 minutes ride from me, and it is an amazing place to visit. You could still, from a certain cliff and the water's down, you could still see the actual footprints going through the actual riverbed. And these guys that took this, okay, it says here that, you know, while looking at these, there's something that just isn't quite right. Something's a little bit amiss. Now, as we look, of course, they put a white circle around it. Why they put a white circle around it, I don't know. I wish they wouldn't have.
Circles.
Well, yeah, and plus it probably was black and white or something. I don't know, but anyway,
possibly, yeah.
But anyway, so as you can see, in the midst of all these tracks that are being, you know, excavated and such, and like I said, There's a whole state park down there, and there's an actual dinosaur valley that's there as well. That or fossil rim, which they actually have. We know how dinosaurs act and look now, okay? But these are the ones that were done in the 80s, in the early to mid 80s and late 70s. So they look more like coming out of the Land of the Lost TV show than they did what we know they look like now. And when we got there, of course, I took my grandkids. We go there. They look around. They're like, that's not what that looks like. Just be quiet and walk.
Right.
It looked like it when I was here. But anyway, so this one picture right here, you know, as you're looking at it, you can see what looks like might be a humanoid footprint right there. That's what they're trying to say. Now, I think it's more along the lines of some sort of geological formation per se, but it is funny how it kind of gives the same shape as the actual Yeti print from Sir Edmund Hillary.
Gosh, I wish they wouldn't have circled that.
Yeah, I know. If they hadn't circled it, I think, because 1952, I'm personally thinking, like I said, there's some shells or something that got in here, and this is more of a shadow than it is an actual formation. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
But I thought it was kind of cool. Now these guys are sitting here thinking, what if there was some sort of humanoid or something that actually lived at the time? And of course, you've got the people that read the Bible and go by the Bible side, and the real staunch Christian / conservative Old Testament guys saying, well, if dinosaurs, quote unquote, were only 40,000 years ago, that means we were too. I don't know. What do you think? Thoughts on it?
You know, I've always been confused by this whole thing when you know, because the different stages of we as human existed.
Yeah.
And you know, if we were Neanderthal or where it goes with that, you know, there's all different stages that we evolved. It doesn't surprise me if it happened. No, absolutely not. We don't know enough about the period where you know the dinosaurs lived. We don't. I mean, we can find some fossils. We can find maybe some plant life. We can, you know, we can find out some little things, but do we really know everything? No.
Oh, not even close.
But my thing is this, that if there was humanoids of some sort living at the time, I would think that you would find some fossilized skeletons or something like that.
You would think so by now, especially.
Right. But this is not to say that even later, just due to the environment, that many, like 100 years later or 200 years later or 300 years later, that something humanoid didn't walk through there.
Yeah.
And created the print on top of that.
Yeah. And they're saying this is in the same layer as where they found the prints. So that would put them all in the Paleolithic, I think is what they called it. That era. And I'm like, there's no way. I mean, we're talking over 65 million years ago. We're probably talking closer to 100 million years ago at that point. With these, if I'm not mistaken, I'd have to look it up again, but because I didn't think to look up the actual time frame they put these at, because I just thought the picture was kind of cool when you're sitting there looking at the way they move. Here's one moving that way, you know, stepping across. This one is something coming back this way. I mean, that riverbed, some way, shape, or form, was able to preserve this, and it's just cool to me to even think that this could have even happened. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, we could say that it's humanoid, but maybe it's something else.
Yeah,
maybe it's something else. And
yeah,
if they're saying that this was some kind of waterway, regardless of what it was at the time, maybe they were just walking back and forth and feeding there, getting water, doing whatever they would do. Gosh,
yeah,
I wish they would have circled that. That just bothers me. But it's interesting. It's interesting, but it's awfully big.
Yeah, it's a little bit. I mean, you see the size of those guys right there, and most of
Right.
them, I'm just going to average them at around 5.5 to 6 feet tall. Okay, so you're talking about whatever made that print that they're trying to say is a print would have had to been 10 foot tall, easy.
Yeah. Yeah. So
So
I'm thinking this may have been from another
time
species of
period,
animal.
yeah,
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 something
or,
something
yeah,
um that
or
kind of
just a
resembled, but
formation,
it's not it. Yeah.
yeah. So, but I thought that was a cool one to start with. Since we're winging it anyway, I figured I'd throw you for a complete loop on that one.
Well, that's okay. I mean, because you got to figure of the dinosaur prints, of course, they're going to weigh more, and then whatever else look like it's stuck there. If it is exactly from that same time period, it probably didn't weigh as much and didn't leave as big of an indent.
Yeah, yeah.
So
So
I don't know. I'm going to call. I have no idea.
yeah, all we can say is there's something there. We just don't know what it is.
Yeah, even though I got my dinosaur shirt on.
Ooh. Well,
Ooh.
that'd be the one that made these right here, though.
Ri- There you
Dan,
go.
these aren't even the real good ones. There's some actual ones in a different spot of this river that are actually, you could tell they were of the raptor family. We kind of assumed they were T-Rexes forever. I don't know if they're really T-Rexes or some sort of Giganosaurus or whatever the next phase up or down was, or whatever the case might be, Allosaurus, that kind of deal. But it was of
Mhm.
that raptor family supposedly, and you could see the
Huh.
three prongs, the toenail. You could see the actual toenail indentions from
Yeah.
that
Well, I mean, this is
vision
actually
above.
a good photo because it kind of gets your mind wandering. It's like,
Yeah,
well, what species made that?
yeah, yeah.
Hmm.
So,
That's pretty good.
but
Pretty good.
that was fun. Okay, now we put on. Wait, let me go and get mine ready. Where am I at? Oh no, I
Oh,
lost my hat.
I'm so ready.
I got my hat ready now. This one's gonna be interesting. I'm not gonna say the guy's name, but I've got it written down here. But this is November 2004 was when this one was posted. 2024, sorry, 2024 November. Captured 4 days ago at my job deep in the woods on an 8-acre estate of untouched woods and no hunting animal sanctuary since the 1900s. Clearly shows the bottom half of a gorilla face walking on 2 legs, standing taller than the golf cart. It seems to him now, mind you. All right, now there's 3 different pictures here, okay, and get ready because the red circle is going to blur the crap out of you because I didn't do it; they did. and
Right.
and see, as he says, also this place is special and also goes against what we know about black bears because here the multiple bears coexisting just yards from each other, and I could see dozens of dens, homes built out of sticks, and their footpaths. Well, okay, I know a lot of bears that are communal to a certain extent. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Look at the bears that do go after the salmon. They're not going after each other. They're going after the salmon. They're going to feed. That don't mean they go home and sleep with each other. Don't get me wrong, but I, I I've seen black bear, around each other, within yards of each other, and not bug each other. So now, but on this one, I'm still trying to see the gorilla face. First of all,
Well, you're gonna
and
have to let's zoom in to see
okay,
if we're seeing a face here because
I
I'm
can see where he sees it. It's right here. But I think he's mistaken what he's seeing.
that looks part of the tent.
Or something, or part of the canopy or whatever,
Yeah,
and
that's what it.
feeding right over into those branches.
Yeah.
And I think he's looking right in this area is what he's saying is a gorilla face, maybe. But I honestly don't know if this is part of it, but this right here is what gets me. I don't think that's a shadow. Here, I'll zoom in a little bit more, see what you see.
Um, I don't know. I mean, I'm sitting here looking at it, and it looks like a black mass.
Yeah, it looks
I'm
like a black
seeing no
mass.
definition. I'm
Nope.
seeing nothing.
Nope. That's exactly what I thought when I looked at it, because he's talking about it possibly being a Bigfoot or something, and I'm sitting there looking at that. If that's anything, that's a shadow person. If it's anything, because it gets me how everything's kind of lit up until you get to this, and it's like a complete absence of light right there, and it's behind obviously the golf cart.
Right. But then again, if you look, the sunlight's coming in. It's like it's peeking through the trees. It looks kind of like maybe a sunset, possibly. It's what it's looking like to me.
Possibly, yeah.
And, you
It gives
know,
me a tinkering.
when the light's coming in and flickering in different ways,
Yeah, and it causes a shadow real quick.
it could cause a shadow, or it just won't illuminate a part of a picture because the sunlight is not coming in at that exact point because it's coming through the trees. Something's blocking the light.
Now the next one's, I'll agree with you on that. This is the only one that really stands out. Now, the second one he took that he has out there is in the middle of the day, and I wanted to punch him just from looking at it. Okay.
Oh Lord, let's give me a circle, any circle. I don't care.
Yeah,
Pick a circle and zoom it.
I honestly don't know what he is literally looking at, because quite obviously, as you can see, that is part of a tree. I mean, even the branch continues down, so that's exactly what I was thinking when I was looking at this one, especially. So
and
this was on a Bigfoot group now, mind you. This was put onto a Bigfoot group as captures of Bigfoot, quote unquote. Okay. That one. Oh, but let's look up here. Wait a second. We're not done yet. Oh, no. We got up here. No. No idea. No. What about here, where there's literally nothing in the actual picture or in the circle? I don't know what he's even trying to circle there.
I don't know. I see all these red circles and nothing.
Yeah, they're all circles of the woods behind it. Everything here is either a stump or a piece of a tree.
Yeah, because what gets me is that the vehicles are right there.
Yeah.
And everything's all around them.
Yeah. I was like, well, you circled this one, you circled this one. Why didn't you circle this one up here? Oh, that's right, because you can actually see it. Because if you look here, that looks closer to a face or a skull up there than what any of the others do.
I don't think any of them look like that. I'm sorry. I just don't. Yeah. I don't think any of them resemble anything. My pareidolia is not picking in. I'm not even seeing something that could resemble. And you know me, if my pareidolia kicks in, I'll tell you what I see. But then again, I know what pareidolia is.
The only reason I even downloaded this one was because it was part of the original post for this one. So I said there, but like I said, yeah, you're right. Now there is a flash. Obviously, there's a flash because here's a light over here that's actually illuminating underneath the actual.
I think that sunlight. I think that sunlight coming through the trees, and to me, it looks like dusk.
Yeah, it sure as hell could be, and that could be easily causing a shadow right there.
Right.
But I thought that black mass had a heck of a lot more wherewithal about it than this did.
Well, I'm just gonna say phooey to both of them. Phooey.
Yeah. Well, there's another one too, but he didn't circle this one.
They're getting the boot.
Yeah. We're leaving the stuff on. We're leaving the stuff on. Told you we was winging it and having fun with it.
Yeah, I'm not catching anything in any of the pictures that would say, hey, it's this or it's that, or I could possibly see that. I'm actually seeing nothing. I don't know if anyone else is out there is seeing this the way I am, but I can't even get my mind to even pretend to see something.
Rissel's got it right. It's not even nice circles. It's crappy circles.
Crappy circles. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, come on. Look. Come on.
They're getting the boot.
You might as well use a crayon. Okay.
Right. Yeah. I can't.
I hope there's some daggum Marines out there that will understand this. Yeah, the crayons, Marines. I want y'all to remember that. We keep the crayons away from you because we want to actually use them later. All right.
I don't know. I'm giving up, Randy. That just made my brain hurt.
That's okay. Here, I'll pull it down while I read the next one, so you don't have to look at that one no more.
All right, thanks. I'll leave my hat on though. Hey, and everybody's in agreement. It's time for you to make a new hat.
It's got character. Got character.
No, it's beat up to the point where it's just like a flap hanging on your hat. It's time.
Oh no, am I back? Okay.
Yes, you're back now.
Literally, is like everything went. I was like, "What the?"
Yeah,
heck?
I was wondering. I'm looking down at my other monitor and I'm checking, and I'm like, "Oh, that's dead air. I wonder what happened to him."
Yeah, I think I had a glitch there. Stinking internet.
Stinking internet.
I'm gonna bypass this next one because I forgot to blur out faces. I don't know why I forgot to blur out faces on this, and I did it on every other one, but this one. But I may work on it while we're looking at the next one. How's that?
Okay.
All right. So these we've got. This is not a person, is what they said. This is our old home. Notice the brown hair in the leg and back hoof. Yes, they said hoof. The fingers are creepy too. Appears to be an animal or hellhound or something like that near the feet.
A hoof on a hellhound?
Yeah, I'm just reading what was written. Okay. I'm just reading.
Okay.
There was neither one.
I'm already reluctant right now.
Nothing was. You notice I haven't pulled it off yet, right? It's still sitting there. And it says that this was neither. There was nothing there when they took the picture until they looked at it later. At least he didn't circle it.
I know. I'm looking for it. It's so small for me.
Oh, I don't want to zoom in too much because it'll give it away, I think. Okay, I'll zoom in from over here. Here we go. There we go.
In the doorway? Or in that room right there?
Right here?
Yeah, that's where I'm seeing it. It's like there's something.
It's like there's somebody back there. I don't know whether they're getting this hellhound thing or whatever.
It's standing straight up. I'm not getting what they're saying.
Yeah, I see.
Because you can follow it to the floor.
Yeah, and it looks like eyes looking around right here to me.
I think it goes up farther than that. Yeah, right there.
Yeah. It goes further down.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't see a hoof, first of all.
I don't either.
But if there's nobody back there, according to them, then I think there's something there.
Yeah, I'm not getting hellhound or nothing. I'm definitely getting it looks like a shadow.
Yeah.
Like
or
translucent shadow or something there. But you want to know what's interesting to me?
What's that?
Go down to their feet.
Down to theirs or
go down to their feet.
Their feet.
Yeah. And then go to the right where see that foot?
Okay. This over here?
Okay. Yeah. See that?
Hang on. Time out. Back up. I hit the arrow. Yeah.
Right.
That's the lady's foot tucked underneath her. That's her
Oh,
toe.
okay. Because I didn't see that she was knelt down. I didn't see the bottom. I was like, wait a minute, what is
Yeah,
that?
I had to sit there and look at it a minute. So that's got to be coming from up here. I was like, oh no, there ain't nothing there. Oh, let me look. Oh wait, she's got her legs tucked up underneath her. That's why
Right.
she's
Okay. So
knelt
look
down with
to
the
the
book.
back of the lady standing up, her feet.
This one right here.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Now look.
yeah. So that's got to be
I don't.
coming from this guy back here.
That's gotta be okay. Okay. I'm just trying to place everybody.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm just trying to make sure because you never know. We've seen
No.
things pop out in the weirdest places in pictures.
Well, case in point, that one we looked at with the 4 people standing together. When we looked at it closer, we saw the kid looked like a kid peeking out from behind the guy,
Right.
and all we ever saw was the leg at first. We never saw the head until we really looked at it.
Right.
So,
all right. So back to the thing in the hallway there.
I would suggest judge it from this lady's foot right here. That foot back there, I wouldn't say no hoof at all. I'd say it's just a foot in a slide or something like that right there.
It reminds me of like there's a boot there or some boots or some kind of shoes.
Maybe a leather boot.
Yeah, like they're sitting right there in the doorway, because it looks like past that what we see as a person, there may be a door there, the front door possibly.
Yeah, maybe. They didn't give me any specifics on what was back there, but I see what you're saying. I mean, there could be anything back there, a window, if it's a mud room or an opening or the opening to the room. I just
Yeah.
don't know enough, obviously. And this could, if that's the case, this could be a coat hanging on a rack back there, creating this pareidolia.
True. I mean, I can't call it either way because I really don't know what I'm looking at here. Because they were calling it everything but what it looks like to me.
Yeah, me too. That's one of the reasons I looked at it. Is like, okay, I got to have somebody else give me some information on this one because it was literally, as I was looking at it, I was like going, well, that ain't what he's describing here. Why is he telling me it's this when it's obviously a person or something like a person there?
Yeah, I'm just gonna leave my hat on. I can't take it off for this because you know what? They're saying that it's like all these other things, but what I think it is. So maybe it's pareidolia.
Yeah, maybe. And then you get like freaky, somebody dressed in black like they're in mourning. Could be.
Could be.
I mean, it is what it is as far as that goes. I mean, but I can't tell for sure because it's just not enough for me to go off of from the picture alone, obviously.
Right.
And I'm not putting my hat back on until I really need it because y'all made it feel self-conscious. Okay, it doesn't want to be out for y'all.
We're just saying you need to fix your hat.
No more.
We need to fix your hat. Your
All
Hershey's Kiss is
wait.
flattening
No,
out.
mine was never well, no, you're the Cindy Lou Who. That's what it was. Okay, never mind.
Yes.
Okay. Anywho. All right. So
let's move on from this one because I can't say yes or no because I don't know. Yeah.
Here's what he did. He actually cropped it for us too. So
well, it looks like that it's been lightened.
It was lightened.
So it has been manipulated.
Yep. So I can't trust anything about that part, but it is what it is.
Yeah, because now it doesn't look like the same thing that's standing there.
No, because now you definitely see a head and hand. I don't see no dog though. I still don't see no hellhound. So
no, I don't see a hoof.
No, none of that. But so we're gonna move on.
Yes, please.
Now, this isn't a person, quote unquote. This is our home. No, that's the wrong one. I'm reading the wrong one. I'm reading this one again. Oops. Okay. My ex-brother-in-law caught this one when he was trying to take pictures of a leak that's outside of the house. He was the only one at the house at the time, and the lady in the pictures was noticed when after the pictures were taken. Okay. Here's the first one.
I can't see it.
Okay.
Um,
As far as the leak, I don't know where his leak is. I'm assuming it's over here where the wetness is on the foundation.
I would
Or
say so.
maybe the sill, it's the window itself. But as you can see, right here in the middle, I thought it was
Yeah,
just a reflection at first.
I don't know what it is. Honestly, I can't tell you what that is.
And even zooming in, I still see reflection is what I see more than anything else. But they're saying there's nobody out there. Would you see that kind of reflection through a screen on a window? Yeah, you could, I guess.
Yeah, you would. But the weird part is you don't see the person taking the picture. This is what bothers me the most. Because look at the bike. So we're dealing with the old camera with regular film, not digital, regular film. And you don't see anybody. You don't see anybody taking the photo.
No, there's nothing here that should be. I would have thought would have been right in this area right here. Looking straight on like that, you'd have thought it would have been something like that right there. In that same realm, she's right here, but this is a guy, and I would have thought it would have been somewhere in this area. But I cannot find it on here at all. Now, the next one, they kind of get to this point and it gives you a red arrow. Yeah, I needed the red arrow guy. Gotcha.
Well, I'm just not seeing the person taking the picture, and they're almost straight on with the window. So their reflection would have been in the window.
It should be there. Yeah, I agree 100%. That's one of the reasons I brought this one up, because I was like, it looks too good of a reflection of that to not have the other reflection in the window. You know what I mean? That one is too clear to not be seeing somebody with a camera.
All right, let's move on to the next one. Let's see what else they give us with this. Because
that's it.
See,
literally, I know. Now this one, when we zoom in, we couldn't see all this. Now, as they zoomed it in, it makes me think they did a little alteration because the eyes are darker now, and now we've got pink as far as the shirt goes.
Well, go back to the other one. Let's see what we come up with.
See, when I zoom in on that, these are more blurred now than what the other one was. So how did they zoom in on that and get that versus what I'm doing right now?
I mean, I can see where the shirt is pink, but it looks more pink in their zoomed in photo.
Yeah, which makes me think they did something to enhance this.
Yeah, that's what it looks like to me too.
Now, the overall picture, once again, the biggest red flag of the whole bunch, where's the guy taking the picture in the reflection? And obviously there's a light on inside, so now what? I think I personally think, yeah, you're right. God dang it. I'm gonna have to pull it back out with don't make fun of my hat. Leave me alone. All right. This is
I don't think that this is a ghostly woman in the picture. I think it's I think she's alive. I think she was just standing further back.
Could be. Very well could have been. Or just a straight out overlay too, because of the way it looks. It couldn't be a lady. It's got to be a little girl for the height.
No, it doesn't have to be. If it's a full grown lady and she's standing further back, like behind the photographer.
Yeah, a long ways away, actually.
Well, it doesn't have to be that far. Just a few steps behind them will make her look considerably smaller. Yeah. But I want to know where the photographer is.
Yeah, if she's that visible, he would have to be right in here, and it looks like, if he's right in here, something's happened that's caused him not to be seen.
Well, yeah, because you're seeing the trees in the reflection also, so you would have seen the person taking the picture.
See him. So I don't know what's going on with this one. I can't. So that's immediate red flags. Bye-bye. Have a nice life.
Yeah. Right. Yeah, because you should be able to see the photographer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So, well, I thought I was going to have fun today. You're just picking all my stuff apart now. So
I am so sorry.
No, you're not. Don't lie. It's
Yeah,
okay.
I'm sorry.
Okay, this one's a forest apparition, quote unquote. Okay.
Oh, I love these.
Yeah, well, my family and I were recently on a trip to Olympia, Washington. We were on a forest trail, and the 5 of us, and 4 of us went ahead while my sister stopped to take some nature pics on the path behind us. As the forest was, quote unquote, the forest was very beautiful, and she says her sister doesn't like people getting in the nature pictures because she just wants to take a picture of the nature around her, stuff like that. So she double checks everything to make sure no one was in the shots that she took. In the distance, you can see a figure in blue. That's all it says. A figure in blue. And
Do we have a year on this?
no, they did not have a year on it, unfortunately.
Dang it.
And it was actually posted in January of this year, but if it was posted in January of this year, it was on the site that I got it from, I should say. It was posted in January this year, but there's no way they went to Olympia, Washington in the months prior to that and not have some snow or something else, and they definitely wouldn't be within shirt sleeves. So it had to been summer sometime.
In what year and whatever. It doesn't, we don't
Yeah.
know when the picture was taken.
No.
Okay.
I think somebody might have just been following them, quite frankly.
Well, for number one, the attire looks awfully funny to be out in the woods.
Mm-hmm.
The skirt is too short
Okay.
to be anything,
Does it look like she's carrying her
noticeable.
shoes in her hand? Kind of like when you walk around with your shoes in your hand. Does it look like she's carrying her shoes?
Well, it's too blurry to say.
Yeah.
But
just
she's
gives me that
definitely in
vibe.
blue.
Mm-hmm.
But like I said, her dress is weird.
Yeah, and from the picture itself, I mean, if she's a wildlife photographer or wants to take pictures of this, everything else is blurry as well. So I'm thinking this is several years ago. First of all, with a lower resolution camera. It's got to be.
But
There's no way, as far as I know.
now, where is this again? In Washington?
Olympia, Washington.
On nature trails.
Yeah. I'll just zoom in on this. And that's just my observation of the picture itself. So either she's a little bit not very steady-handed when she takes her pictures, or she's really a novice at it and hasn't figured out how to focus quite well yet. Because I'm not even talking about that part. I'm just talking about look at your wood and your stuff through here. This should be a lot crisper. So I'm thinking, unless they've already zoomed it. Now they never even said whether they zoomed it, altered it, or whatever, and this is already zoomed in more than what it should have been in the first place. So,
And it could have been.
yeah. So I'm grasping straws at it because, quite frankly, I thought at first, hey, maybe somebody's just following them or whatever, but I was with you. I don't think it doesn't fit. You know what I mean? It doesn't fit right.
It doesn't fit in there. No. And I don't know. I don't know a lot of people who do hike woods alone. I mean, I know some people who do it, but I don't think it's a good idea. But I don't know a lot of those. And then here she is out in a dress.
Yep.
Clearly on a hiking trail.
Oh, Jason's in that area. He said he lives in that area right there.
I don't know. Jason, tell us, would people, I don't know, get out there just to, is it like a short hike? Is it a long hike?
Yeah. Because we don't even know where in Olympia this is, honestly. We don't know what trail they're on. We don't know anything other than
this might be just a little park. I mean,
yeah, but it's in the woods. I mean, it looks like there's another bridge back there, maybe a bridge to go over a creek or something.
um,
Hard to see.
Might be just a tree falling. We don't know.
Yeah, maybe a tree fall. I don't know, but I just don't know. It does. Like you said, it doesn't fit. And the more I look at it, the more I'm like, if I start really looking, I say, well, now I see almost like a ruffle on the shoulder over here,
Right?
and
You're
I don't
seeing
know.
it now.
Yeah, it's just she doesn't belong, and even though it's blurry for the foliage and such like that, you'd think that she'd have more of a solidness to her, I guess. I know she's not truly translucent, but she's not really there either.
I'm gonna say I don't know on this one. I'm gonna say that she doesn't fit, and I can't see any signs to say that this was put in there.
No. See, now I forgot to take this off. Now you got me all confused and messed up and everything. But if you look at her legs, though, they just they don't go to feet. They just kind of disappear. Could that be because she's behind a little bit of grass right there? Yeah, could be.
It could be she's just blending in. Yeah, could be possibly. I mean, I see a little bit, possibly some ankles, but why in the world would you be out there without your shoes on?
And that's why I said, when I looked at it, I was like, okay, well, it looks like somebody just has walked along on a beach, let's say, and a woman takes her shoes off, she puts it in her hand, and she's walking with her feet on in the sand,
Yeah, but I mean,
this boy ain't doing it. I've been on hot sand. It ain't happening.
Right. Even if I mean, that's one take on it. I mean, she could be clutching like a purse or a bag of some sort, or there's just something not right about this photo. There's just something not right.
And well, now SoCal Squatcher, she's missing her left arm. Yeah, we can't see it either, but it might be against the body too. But
yeah,
and then Denise, who's standing next to her? I don't know who's standing next to her because I haven't even looked to see if there's anybody really there.
I don't see anybody there.
Are we talking to the left? Are we talking to the right? I mean, you can see something, but I think that's foliage behind her, really, right here.
Yeah, I'm not seeing anything. There's something just not right about this.
Yeah. It doesn't fit. It just doesn't fit with where they're at or anything. So it really is one of those that I can't say yes, I can't say no, but I'm leaning, and I hate to say it like this, I'm leaning toward good catch. That's just my feel on it more than anything.
Yeah, I mean, given what we're seeing, and we're not seeing the signs of something tampered with, we're not seeing that. We're gonna go with what their word is. That there was nobody there.
And I'm looking at the more I look, see how the sunlight comes through right here in this one spot. She just happens to be just beyond the sunlight there.
Just beyond it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know.
I'm on the fence, but I'm leaning.
I'm on the fence with it because everywhere the sun's shining, she isn't.
So
because there's sunlight in front of her, there's sunlight behind her, but there's no sunlight where she is.
Let's see, Nemo. No, yeah, I don't see no little girl with a bow in her hair though.
No.
Okay, so yeah, I'm with you on that one. So that was one of those I just like, yeah.
Yeah, I'm this may be a catch. I'm not sure.
Yeah. Well, I saved
because we don't have a year or anything else like that. We don't have more information on it.
No.
Because her outfit kind of it looks dated. So
yeah.
If we were given a year or something where we could actually kind of dig into that deeper, I mean, it might be something else. But as of right now,
yeah. Well, let's see here. I saved
Moon.
Oh wait, what Moon?
Moon was saying pictures like this always have one question. What were they taking a picture of? This lady apparently was taking a picture of nature and the steps and everything. And it says in the beginning that she doesn't like people to be in the pictures when she's trying to take pictures of nature. So She didn't want anyone in the picture, but when she got the picture, there's this woman.
Yeah. So all we can do is go with it. I mean, honestly, but I got this on for the next one.
Oh no.
I'm gonna read this before I bring these up because this and I did this more out of like, are you kidding me?
Okay.
This is
all right, let's
things
see
that make you. All right, someone tell me what this is. Is what this thing is. I'm sleeping in a car. Those are windows behind me, and it looks like there's a dog on the side of me and a bunch of faces behind me. On top left, it looks like Gary from SpongeBob or an alien in an alien ship. Thoughts? This photo was not changed in any way except for the arrows I drew. I have no idea how this pic was even taken. This person was supposedly asleep in the car. I didn't even try to blur out the face because you can't make it out anyway.
Well, this sounds like somebody on substances they shouldn't be on. Let's just say that.
Well, and you can see the seat back right there.
That is so blurry.
She says she didn't take the picture either, though. I'm sorry.
But what is she doing in the picture? She didn't take the picture, but what? What did she say?
She said that she was sleeping in the car. She was sleeping in the car.
With her hair done, with her makeup done, with her earrings on.
Yeah, and one guy actually commented and said, "Your eyes open." And then to top it all off, she thought she needed to tell everything about it. Yes, this was actually on the post. Okay. How you like me now?
I don't like you. I just don't like you right now. I don't know.
Oh my gosh.
I have never in my life seen a picture like this that somebody was trying to pass off as some type of evidence.
Yeah, well, it was one of those I just literally how can I
She was sleeping in the car, but she looks like she's dressed.
Mm-hmm.
She doesn't look disheveled by any means.
Mm-mm.
The only thing that maybe appears that she's sleeping is her eye is shut.
Well, and one guy pointed out that they think that her eyes actually open.
Well, I think that's part of the blur. I think she was moving when this picture was taken.
Yeah, because I mean, if you look right here, you could see she very well might have that eye a little open right there, which means that she was trying to stage this whole thing.
Yeah, kind of like she was laying there and she's like, let me hold this thing up. Let me look if I'm just right. And I'm going to close my eyes, but she didn't do it correctly.
Yeah. Once again, a TikToker don't know how to work her own stuff. So that's what I got there. But since we got a little bit of time, then we're obviously in agreement. This is about to be used as toilet paper right here.
They're on my hat. It says I'm out. I'm out.
I thought mine was the only one that did that. So.
No, mine's out. It just says I'm done with this. It's not gonna. That one's not gonna protect anybody.
Yeah, well, I went back and fixed this one now, so we can go back to one I had.
A chin strap.
Huh? What?
I need a chin strap.
Yeah. Oh, that's a good idea. I may do that next time. Okay. Now we're back to the one I skipped earlier. Ella shared this photo by saying this was taken in about 2002, and it's at her daughter's confirmation. Every house I've lived in, I've experienced paranormal activity. It's not possible for any person to hide under the couch. Moved to a new house 18 years ago, and it just got stronger. But in the last few years, I haven't experienced anything. Thank God, quote unquote. All right, so I know it's kind of hard for you to see, so I'm going to start zooming in, but I'm going to keep it down around this area.
Nothing under the couch.
Nothing under the couch. Hang on a second.
Okay. Because I'm really looking here, and I mean, it doesn't seem that anything can fit under the couch.
No, nothing can fit under it. But what do you think about that?
Okay, zoom back out.
And I know it's a wooden floor and everything.
Okay, so this is my thing. The person that's there in that cream outfit that they're wearing, you can't see their feet.
It's right here.
Yeah. Could this be the person's foot?
Shoe?
Yes.
I can't tell you that. I don't know.
Doesn't look like a
everybody
black
else is wearing
shoe.
sneakers. Yeah, and I don't know, unfortunately, because as I look at it, I can see where somebody. I was thinking more along the lines. It was the actual floor itself and the way the varnish and the grain went with the wood floor. That's kind of what I was leaning toward. But you're right. I can't see her feet at all, and it should be. It looks like you should be able to see it easier, and I bet it's something white, or maybe she's sock-footed. I don't know.
Maybe. But see how it's like cut off?
Yeah, it cuts off right here and there, and then there's this thing coming out. Now they did do a little zoom. I'll bring it up just for giggles here. But their zoom is kind of where I was at either as well. So it looks like whatever it is cutting off this white for sure. But I don't know. Honestly, I don't want to say it's because, quite frankly, you see the stain on the floor that comes out to here. That could easily create that view. You know what I mean? Or that.
But to anybody else, does it look like all fingers and no thumb?
Well, I was thinking the thumb was over here.
I was thinking it was on the other side.
Over here.
So, I mean, so here we are looking at this, but there is nothing that sticks out as the opposable thumb.
Yeah. There's a handprint, Nemo 6
look
fingers.
At the 2 fingers in the middle. Do they not look weird?
They look like stumps. They look more like stumps than they do fingers, really.
Right?
But, this is what I was saying about it being a wood floor and the stain. If it's any kind of stain right here, it's going to give you that from this varnish coming up. It could easily be that causing this effect. Because it doesn't look like it has any depth to it at all. It looks like it's flat on the floor.
It looks like a weird hand. It's weird. It's like really super fat hand and short fingers.
Hey, wait a second. I resemble that remark.
No, but look. And they all look like fingers.
It's a fake hand under her outfit.
I'm thinking that's part of the floor.
That's my bet. Because like I said, I just was polishing and sanding and revarnishing floors before. I've seen some oddball how can I put it?
I've seen some weird things.
Oddball, yeah, they're oddball like striations, and you'll get this board over here that has the same grain as this board, but the varnish highlighted it more here, so it looks deeper, and this one looks like it's got crap over the top of it, and it just looks like a big stain sometimes. But
oh my God! I've sanded wood and had pictures of animals come out, and I still have them in my house. I have them right now. That it looks like animals.
And that's what I think is happening here. I think the stain and the finish of the floor is what's causing this look.
I tell you what, Randy, just talk for about a minute. Let me go grab them and I'll show you. Hold on.
All right, guys. While she's gone, we're going to talk about her. All right. This is what Brandi does on a regular basis. I set things up and I get things rolling, and then oh wait, she's not back yet, is she? Okay, good. She's not back yet. Anyway, and we come back and we look at the solid side. I mean, if somebody didn't tell me to look down there and look at that, I would just consider that part of the floor. I really would. It doesn't stand out enough unless you zoom in on it and pay close attention to it. And judging by these the wall and everything, 2002 was probably a guesstimate at best, but that's
Okay.
I would have thought it'd been earlier in 2002 just from what I'm seeing on the walls and what the couch has on it. But that's just me. Okay, next
Right.
video.
Right. Okay, put us up big, would you?
All right.
Okay.
What we got?
If we can see this,
Yeah.
does that not look like a bird?
Oh yeah, 100%. 100%. In fact, if you looked at it really close at the bottom, you could actually see the foliage of a peacock.
Right.
So,
Right.
yeah, I see that all
So
day
we
long.
have that. And then we have my Mr. Happy Face.
I love it when knots do that.
You know, and then just to show you what a knot can do.
Yep.
That's what a knot can do. And I've got ones that look like pumpkins and, you know, and depending on what now, like poplar. Poplar is a good one because it'll come out in different colors. It'll come out green. It'll come out black. It'll come out purple. Walnut is purple and black. And once you enter all these colors into something and you start sanding on it, you'll find all kinds of stuff in them. Again, pareidolia.
Yeah, 100%. But it's so cool when you find that kind of stuff. And I don't know if you ever seen the guys that do the woodwork where they put the acid on it and then they set the electrodes on it and burn the grain. And a lot of the stuff that they put on it, they highlight with their little bit of acid. They burn the grain and it etches in the look that they're wanting before they put the epoxy and the resin on it. And I'm like, I'm watching them do it. I'm like, that is some of the coolest crap I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah, because this right here, the bird one, it's still rough. It hasn't even been sanded. This is just the way when it was cut, it came through.
And you haven't urethaned it at all, right?
No, this is raw wood right here.
I was about to say, and that's
there's the back of it.
Yep. Is that an oak?
This one is oak. Yes.
Yeah. Like I say, it looked like a golden oak tint to it.
So this one right here, as you can see, is my smiley face, but there's the knot on the back.
Yep. That's pine right there, isn't it?
No, I never worked with pine.
Okay.
This is just a white poplar.
Okay. So it's a lightweight. It's a lightweight wood then.
Yeah, this one is super light.
Yeah.
But as you can see, I mean, wood can do some crazy stuff. And I mean, I have a pumpkin that I need to find, and maybe I'll save that for next week and show y'all, because that one even has color. So it's really cool.
I mean, and it's when I do the plaques and stuff, I'm gonna pull off my hat for y'all, make fun of it again. When I do the plaques and stuff, you know, and I'll sit there and I'll burn in what needs to be burned in, and then I first right out of the box, I decide. Obviously, I deal with a lot of poplar and a lot of basswood and stuff like that, and when I use it, I have to go with a lighter stain because if you use a darker stain, the darkness after you burn on those just kind of makes it all blend in. You know what I mean? So I have to go back and reburn with an actual iron after I've done it, you know? So, but after that, you know, it looks great. I mean, the darker looks great, especially if you've got something light that you're trying to center in and acrylic in as well.
Right.
But oh boy, if you get those daggum thicker like plaques and you're trying to work with them, you get parts that burn and parts that daggum cut and parts that do this and parts that do that. And I'm like,
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, exactly. But I mean, this is the stuff that I used to use at my old job, different woods, but it's just to show you the weird things that wood can do.
Yeah.
And I believe that that picture is just, I think it is the way it was sanded and stained.
Yes, I think so too. I think the
I mean,
varnish is what
that is a,
created it.
yeah, that's a piece of wood that somebody should have kicked back and kicked out for a wood plank, and they didn't.
Yep. Yeah. And the old house we used to live in it was built in the 50s. And when I first retired, we went in and we pulled up one edge of the Berber carpet that my mom and dad had in it. We're looking at it. It's like, wait a second. There's original solid wood floors underneath this.
Mm-hmm.
Guess what came out that same day?
Carpet.
All that carpet. And I started, I didn't have to sand it down, but I did clean it up real good. And I gave it a little bit of a orange glow type thing, a good cleaning to it. And it just livened right up. Now, there were planks that need to be replaced, obviously, but I can't replace them because I can't match up the floorboards no more.
Right. Well, I mean, but this was just a good way. And I'm glad I had these wood pieces just to show you that sometimes when we're taking pictures of even paneling, that old paneling, you could get a lot of pareidolia out of wood. I don't even, I can't even tell you how many things that I see or I had seen when I was cutting, all that wood all the time.
Yeah.
And when you sand it down, it changes and turns into something else. So be careful of taking pictures of wood. Honestly.
Period. I mean, because you just can't tell depending on the finish. And
Right.
it may take somebody else looking at it to tell you, say, yes, sorry, that's not it.
Right.
Not trying to be mean about it, but just you got to be told,
Right.
Oh,
So-
we'll need to get with Jason on that one.
Well, yeah, send us the picture. Let's, we can take a
send a
look at it
picture,
and we'll give you the honest opinion. If you say it looks like a stump, then, I mean, if we tell you it's a stump, then it isn't hurting a thing, but we sure would like to look at it.
If it walks like a duck and talks like a duck, it might be a duck.
Hey, NAC, you're coming in right at the end. Oh my goodness.
Oh man.
I know.
Well,
come in
it'll
right
be
at
there
the
for
end.
you. It'll be there for you. It'll be okay.
Right.
Well, that's an hour and 7. I didn't even think I'd make it that long, honestly, because like I said, I threw this one together in a space of about an hour, and we got one good one that I can say.
Yeah, I mean, well, there's that one of the lady. We're gonna dismiss it.
Yeah,
and I'm
I really was.
I'm like, something there's not right.
I didn't think it fit, but I just figured somebody was walking behind him or something. But the more we dig into it, that's why we do this. So the more we dig into it, bounce ideas off, we're like, ooh, wait a second. I didn't think about it like that.
Yeah. Ooh, wait a second. That just there's something not right about it. But
we've done that a few times.
Exactly. And that makes us go back and comb over evidence again. Well, it's like if I thought about this picture, well, what about that other picture? Or what about that video that I saw? Or, it makes you wonder exactly what's happening.
Oh, exactly.
But that's why we do this, because this is what we love to do.
And it looks like I'll probably end up doing a mini investigation this coming week because the lady that had the stuff set up for, I haven't even gone through it, but she's getting more and more activity, she says. So I may have to just do a private, one go in and say, okay, let me go in and look at this and see what she's actually having happen. So.
No, make sure you got somebody good going with you.
Oh, I don't have anybody good down here. What are you talking about?
Oh no. Well, at least have somebody go that believes in this sort of thing and can validate anything that happens, because you really need that second person.
Oh yeah,
you
no, I won't be alone. I will not be
Okay,
alone.
good.
She'll be there, but I want to have somebody else, and I'll figure something out. I may try and get Keith to do it with me, so because Keith's a good objectionable one.
Skeptical.
He looks at it that. And he's not necessarily skeptical, but he is objective, is what it is. That's what I'm trying to say. He doesn't lean one way or the other. He says whatever's there is there. So
okay.
All righty. Well, anyway, I've rambled enough. I don't want to play no more. Thanks, guys, for being here. I appreciate it.
And we'll see everybody on Wednesday on, of course, Paranormal Show and Tell. We don't know what we're doing this week, but things creep up on us. It's like ideas are like, wait a minute. Somebody might read something or see something or see a video and go, hold up, let's look at this. So until then.
Have a nice week, and here we go, pushing the button.